Hello. How's it going? I got the stream going. I got the dream rolling. I got the thing I like to do happening. Yeah, let's do another run. Muzzle wisps. Muzzle wisps. Those are the sun-looking things. Had a good old dang old shift today. Everything was good and everything was great. Nothing to complain about. Isn't that a good freaking thing? I like my job a great deal. Like every job, it's not God's most perfect gift to man, but it is within the range of realism an exceptional thing that I get to experience. I like the people I work with for the most part. I was talking a couple days ago about like potentially getting written up for something I had no part in, like an issue with a customer not paying, and that customer was one that I never interacted with. But they were like, we gotta, you know, we're gonna write up everybody that's behind the bar because it's kind of a team effort. And I talked to my manager, I talked to the GM, and I talked to my the bar manager, and they discussed it, and they were like, let's take this on a situation-by-situation basis. Let's really actually look what happens and look at what happens instead of having this black and white. This black and white rule about. Bruce, what are you doing? About the bar that, you know, it's not always the right way to go. It doesn't always make the most sense to have everybody be punished for something, especially if some of those people never like. My frustration was twofold. One is that I never interacted with the customers in question. We had some customers walk out without paying, and it seemed, honestly, like an innocent mistake. People get pretty absorbed in their conversations or whatever, and sometimes don't realize that the check that we put in front of them is the check that we're waiting for them to put their card for. However, it's our responsibility to remind them that they need to pay. The way the bar works, this is, we're kind of given, we decide upon sections, when something like this happens, and, or we decide on sections, and whatever section you're in is ultimately your responsibility. I was not on the section that was actually on the bar. I was helping, the tables that we have, so it wasn't a customer that I got to watch. It was, you know, somebody else's customer. And I actually never interacted with the customers. The first time I had any like quote-unquote interaction with them was when I saw that they hadn't signed their check after they had already left, or that they hadn't run their card, and that was post their departure. I don't know what they looked like. I know it was two guys. But if I had to do like a lineup, yeah, like a police lineup to determine who these horrible criminals were, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I wouldn't even be able to tell you, like, skin color, hair color, things like that. Like, that's how little they were under my radar. The first I really knew about them was a check that was signed. And so me and the other bartender being, like, the other bartender whose section that wasn't being punished for that basically means that if anything happens to anybody, any bartender at any time, it means everyone should get punished. And I was like, that's freaking ridiculous. Why then does anybody have individual write-ups if it breaks down to something as simple as that? And I talked to my GM and stuff about it, and they were like, you know what? That's right, we're being big stupids. We're being big dum-dums over here. Punishing the group for the faults of an individual. And while I am of the notion that we need to be, you know, checking each other's backs, in this situation, I didn't have the opportunity to even have an idea of who these people were. Like, they were so far removed from my experience that, seriously, if they had walked back into realizing they forgot to pay, I wouldn't have known who they were if I hadn't been aware of the situation. And honestly, the biggest breakdown of it was it made me feel like if there was an issue, I shouldn't trust my, I shouldn't trust my closing manager if they're going to write me up over unavoidables like that. Dang. Like that's completely unavoidable. So, after talking to my GM and the bar manager, all the managers got together and they said, hey, we're going to take this on a per instance basis. A hard black and white rule doesn't really make sense in this situation. And I was like, that's why I love this fucking job. Like, something can be done wrong and it's pretty disappointing, but there's always an attempt made to fix it. It's never just, well, it's wrong, deal with it. Fuck you. Fuck you! Like, it's never like that. And that's great. That's neat. That's the way it honestly should be. Like, I get that sometimes you may not know exactly what to do as a manager, but just going like, we're gonna write everybody up for the safety of writing everybody up is the wrong way to approach that, I feel. Personally. 21. How much more can we make off of garbage? That. Ugh. It's 5. I'd like to get that. The t-shirt cannon is not worth keeping. 21? Sweet. Alright, we'll be bringing a key with us into the next floor. Man, it feels like just with the addition of the vampire, they've really increased the number of ways to make money in this game. Money doesn't seem to be like an issue. Well, it's still an issue, but it's a choice. It's not like, well, every single run I do, here's a situation where it would have been really cool if I had some more money to do something with. Which is how Vanilla Gungeon felt. Money was just used for keys, and shops were basically like busted-ass temptations that you could never do anything with. There's synergies and stuff now to make money. There's a guaranteed sales creep that happens really late, which I think is honestly good. It happens late enough that it's not going to give you a huge boost super early. I think part of the reason I end up with so much money is because I always go to as many extra floors as I can. Well, not as many as I can. I always go to at least 2 extra floors, if possible. That was the wrong way to handle that situation. Don't ever have a panic reaction like that. Ever. It's not becoming. Dude, the freaking weekend about to have me some fun. No, the Blobulord is gonna take fucking forever to kill. He is a tanky enemy if you just have starting weapons, and we're gonna gun force him because at this point I need something. The backup gun's really good. There's so many weapons and situations that'll make it great. If we get homing or ricochet bullets, if we get a gun that homes, if we get... There's just so many things that having another shot, like the sling, is made beautiful by the backup shot. Like, the backup gun. Because that backup shot is the one that does the extra damage on bosses, and you don't even really have to aim it. But some aim assist would be really cool here. So that things that could help are more likely to. Also, I'm glad I got the machine pistol. I'm glad I got the backup gun. I could stand, like, just pretty much any other gun besides, like, the t-shirt cannon. Maybe the pox cannon would be good, but holding on to the t-shirt cannon for the pox cannon, t-shirt cannon synergy is dumb because that synergy is not worth it. Okay. Lorzo rifle. God, stop hitting me. I'm trying really hard to not become reliant on this early. But, like, this is starting to be ridiculous. No, I'm ridiculous. The last time LL Cool J did any cool thing on TV. Episode, like, 6 of 30 Rock. Back when Donald Glover was writing for it. Do you know what's weird? The longer Donald Glover has been famous, the stranger the name Danny Glover sounds to me. Whereas it started off the other way. That's weird, right? That's crazy cuckoo bananas. Leave it. I wonder if that's gonna stay. If a rat's gonna take it. We're gonna test. Because that gives me the ability, the freedom to use this weapon a bit more on the way to the boss. And oh my god, is it lovely. Isn't she wonderful? That's the song you play if you're doing like a rom-com and a baby girl is born. Isn't she wonderfully? Isn't she beautiful? That's like in all of the screenplay handbooks. If you're gonna do a sequence in which a baby girl is born, you play "Isn't She Lovely" by Don Bon Jovi and the Temptations. Chugga-dooga-doo-doo-ga-doo. What's the best TV show theme song from the mid-90s? Okay, so I've already ruined the question. The answer, of course, is Family Matters. But what I was trying to do was set it up in a way that was open-ended enough so that people could have their opinion and be wrong. But the answer is Family Matters had the best theme song of the 90s. But what I realized is there had been so many theme songs and stuff since then that have been good for very, very different reasons that it's kind of hard, it's not fair to ask that question. The current state of theme songitude is so different now, but so much better. I currently think the best theme song of the modern day is Broad City, because it's super simple and to the point. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 1, and then a little bit of like Plink-a-Link style jazz guitar. It's not guitar. It's like I don't know instruments. It's probably a keyboard, like a Casio. It's an electronic keyboard. Everything is taking fucking forever right now. But I think that's my personal favorite, just because I think theme songs that take too long are fucking filler. They're allowing the show to exist. Ooh, boy, baby, boy, baby. Oh, boy, baby! They're allowing more time to go on without us getting to the meat and juice of the matter, which is the episode of Saved by the Bell or whatever we're in the mood for. Workaholics gets an honorable mention, but is not quite there. It's got the simplicity, but it doesn't have the appeal. The I'm fresh. Like, I get what they were doing, but I guess it doesn't have any musicality to it. It doesn't have a flow. It just sounds like a rude boy beatboxing or whatever. Uh-oh, is Nate coming to hang out? Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, I'm so itchy. Anyway, the simpler and more effective a theme song is, the better in, you know, the post-2000 period. There's a lot of counter examples that I could even think of myself. There's what's that one? Parks and Recreation's a good one. It goes on for a little too long. There's too much start. There's too much before on that episode. I really like the episodes where it's like, it doesn't show everybody falling down or doing their character or strumming their guitar or whatever, or clapping their hands, pointing a gun, looking down, trying to think of what all the characters do. The Office, again, very close, goes on too long. Whenever you get to the abbreviated one, like when they have an episode that runs like 45 seconds too long and they have to use the abbreviated thing, that's when I'm like these shows fucking get it. They get it all the way to the max, to the tip top, to the maximum, the aximum you want to ride with a player that's platinum. Oh, I'm so dumb. But it's not all bad when a theme song is engaged. If it's really trying to tell a story, you kind of need a little bit of meat. And that's why Family Matters has a good one, because it's like, it gives you enough time to show, oh, this nerd guy's the quirkster. We got basketball brother, we got, you know, the sister who's a stud, whatever you call a female stud. Babe, there we go. We've got Copster for dad and Granny herself. We've got it all. This show, we have it all on this show. The ammo. The ammunition! Okay, I should have waited. Oh boy. Boy, howdy, boy. Yeah, hey, Ninja, what's up? I'm just talking about theme songs because I accidentally started recording this episode while my intro was going, and it made me think, what in fact makes a good theme song? I really think that on average, though, it's about brevity. It's about getting to the point, having some attitude or personality or whatever, and then fucking shutting up, you know? Like, ooh, that was so good. How are you doing? Yeah, it needs to be a good, catchy thing that is over without overstaying its welcome. That's at least how I feel about it. Yeah, the Seinfeld one was what I was gonna bring up. It's like boom, 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 boom. I was saying that I think that my personal favorite currently is the Broad City one, because it's just 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 1, and then it has like a little bit of piano-y stuff, and then it's over, and it doesn't over its welcome, and it doesn't. There's like a weird animation that happens every week. I brought that up too, but I was saying, like, every episode for a show that has an abbreviated version whenever the episode has the full version, I feel like it's wasting my time. This is the reason that Netflix added a skip the intro button or whatever. Because everyone knows that, like, when you want to watch a show, you want to get to that goodness. You want to get to the meat. For me, at least. The biggest culprit, the biggest criminal when it comes to long intro, or long, man, I fuck this room up way more often than I should for as simple of a room as it is. But, is YouTube videos with long-ass introductions. Like, come on, man. YouTube is supposed to be momentary. It's supposed to be fleeting. We're not doing... it's the escape from the doldrums of old television. You know, we don't... I at least save the broadcast television format for the broadcast television. Some of the shows I watch really, really like to extend it and be TV-ish. They like to be as TV-ish as possible. And I always want to just be like, just get to it, get to the video, get to the new stuff, go, 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 go. Like, my impatience speaks for itself. Because it doesn't have the time to wait for someone else to speak for it. But I think I feel like it's from a... It's from a good place. From a place that I actually feel is true. From a place that I agree with. That, like, wasting the viewer's time, you start to feel the filler nature of it. Like, hey, this episode wasn't quite long enough, so we're gonna do the long version. You're not getting your money's worth today. That's how I take it, at least, and I know that I'm probably in the minority for that, because I know that you're supposed to tell a story, you're supposed to create a scene, an environment, and that's sometimes hard to do if you're rushing to the action. But just look up Broad City and its introduction. It is like a very momentary, very colorful, kind of psychedelic thing that changes week to week while still having the same tune. And the tune is like, is perfectly lodged in my head. It's like the Parks and Rec Fremulon, shh, not a doctor or whatever. Like, you only need to see a couple episodes of Parks and Recreation to have that fucking thing in your head. See, I love like ostentatious visuals. Not ostentatious, but like if you know me, like the clothes I wear are that sucks. Bright, colorful, bombastic. They're excited. And I love those situations. Like, I don't know what to fucking use. Yeah, look, I mean, like, I'm only wearing a black shirt right now because I just got home from work, but all of my clothes looks like a fucking, oh no! Looks like a fucking, Crayola kit spilled on the floor. Like, it's, I don't know, and I love that the that each episode of Broad City gets an individual, personalized thing, introduction. Even though it's simple, even though it's short, it gets its own thing. So, you know, for people that have watched through the series tons of times, if you just jump on and just catch the intro, you know where you are. You know what you're rolling with. Well, getting hit by the Gorgon's always... It's always a good feeling. Especially if it was one of her easier to dodge attacks. The 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Yeah, dude, it feels fucking great. I love it. I think it... I love... There's so much about that show that I love that it's really hard. Oh, now we get a water weapon. Okay. Now we get a way to... whatever. I'm gonna keep buying stuff. I'm just gonna... This is gonna be a spendy episode. But yeah, I don't know. Why am I talking about this? Because I don't really have much going on. I had a regular shift at work. I love my job. I've kind of, like, come to accept that I have a situation that, for me, is as close to ideal as I am likely to get. And I don't mean that, like, I'm settling. I mean that I am actually content. The only thing that's going to stop me from this current job is physical exhaustion and old age, like, and I love that. I love that I'm at a place and I've developed a number of skills that allows me to really do this and not feel like I'm settling, you know? The people I work with currently are some of the, like, we don't need to do it quite yet. Some of the most I want to do it quite yet because I want an extra blank. We have water now, so fuses won't matter. You can push those guys off? Okay. I didn't know you could push those guys off. I thought those were special enemies, and special enemies have, like, ledge guard on. Woo! Woo! Heroin's good! Heroin is good! Yeah. Woohoo! Man, I just feel really good right now, in general. It's, I had a good... The bartenders I worked with tonight were really good. I had a relaxing morning. I got up earlier than I needed to. I started working on my second Mario Maker level. The first one I feel really is in a very good place for an introductory level with, you know, a little tiny touch of challenge without it being like... I didn't want it to be too easy or too harsh, and I think I found a middle ground for a 1-1, you know? Like, so the next stage is going to be the first one above ground, and I think it's going to be a split water and regular, you know, the 1-1 stage from the original Mario Brothers kind of thing. Water, I don't want to do a swimming stage. I want water to be a part of it, but I think I'd rather it be like a rising and falling water level kind of thing. Or like a low water with like cheap jumping out of it or something. I think I'm going to continue on with the trend of flying or falling enemies because I like that idea. But I like how that worked in the first stage, but I don't want it to be integral, or... Integral? I think that's the word I'm looking for. I don't want it to be like, become like the cornerstone of every stage. But Mario Maker's a lot of fun. I got to work a little early and worked on the second stage for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I got a feel for it. It's like, it's so cool to kind of just go from literally nothing to a pretty solid idea of where you want to take stuff. It feels a lot more like sketching than outlining. I mean, I know for some people, you look at some of the stages, these insane people who have been making ROM hacks and stuff for decades, their stages, they know, they plan it out, I'm sure. They have notebooks with grid paper, Yeah, I saw his one on Mario Maker 1. I know he probably put a new one up for Mario Maker 2 because that first one was pretty great. I've watched, I think, everything that Mark Brown has done. He's such a good educator about design. And it's like Captain Disillusion to me. It's somebody who practices what he preaches. Like, I don't feel when I'm watching Mark Brown like this guy just knows it. He also does it, which gives him, you know, to me, it gives him more credibility. The fact that his videos look perfect. His videos are so fucking clean and beautiful, and you know, and they're clean and beautiful in a very straightforward way. They're not clean and beautiful by being over the top. His aesthetic is just like a nice and charming aesthetic. God damn it! I knew that bomb was gonna lose me the fuck. I almost died on my my last run last night to this guy. I was down to 1 heart. If I had gotten hit by a jammed bullet, I would have been fucking over. But yeah, Mark Brown's the king. You should, if you like videos that are really good at presenting interesting ideas and really good at practicing what they preach. Captain Disillusion is another really great one. He does kind of internet video myth busting, I guess you could call it, where he's like, this video is fake, people believe it, but here's the way they used Photoshop and After Effects and video and image editing software to make this seem believable. God, I fucking suck today against this guy. Or recently, I guess. He has a lot of debunk videos, but I think the main thing you should take from him is just his skill with Photoshop and After Effects and all kinds of video editing software. He really knows what he's doing with them. And it's kind of interesting to see like a master at work. Like, I don't know. He always reproduces the effect that he's debunking. He has his own other things that he's throwing into the discussion. It's just really good video making. God, stop it, you fucking shit game! I hate... I hate roulettes. I fucking hate roulettes. Alright, that's pretty good, though. I mean, this game is all roulettes. I know. You don't have to tell me. I know. Everything in this game is chance-based. But God, the fact that the chest has a 50% chance of being something that it looks like it's going to be is just insulting. This is a fucking cursed run right now. Where's the other goddamn secret? I actually don't benefit from flight right now. More movement speed. And we got pistol machine. I'm not gonna get rid of wax wings. Honestly, it makes more sense to get... Well, no, because of movement speed. Where's the other secret? Where were the other drugs going? Over here. Where were the other drugs going? I've recently started watching an engineering YouTube channel because let's come out and say it. I'm a fucking old man. Old age has hit me in terms of my interests. I'm watching PBS Space Time to get an inside look at science and technology and stuff, or science and mathematics. I'm watching nature documentaries. I'm watching, hey, Nate's here. I'm watching all this stuff that's basically the boringest shit you can find on a platform that's like full of 14-year-olds doing backflips on their skateboard. Hey, Nate.
Hey.
How was work?
It was a little slow.
Oh, really? I had a good night.
Well, I still did fine.
Yeah, right. Yeah, everybody Nate made no money. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I did okay for how slow it was. I only sold 1,300.
1,300 boogers.
Yeah, at $5 a booger.
Oh man, you're a millionaire.
I'm raking it in.
How's what's up? How's what's up?
What's up is good.
As always.
Yeah. Just I went over and stopped at the local, got my money.
Where do I get my money? Right.
And Miss Lady was there. So
Who? Cat?
So a kitty cat was there. So
Oh, yeah.
I stopped and hung out with it for a little while.
With it?
The cat.
Okay.
Little kitty cat. Not a human female.
Not worth calling by its preferred pronoun. Just go with it. Not worth the extreme effort that takes. Well, that's cool. How's she doing? How's shit doing?
She's doing great.
Yeah, I can use a pea shooter, stupid.
And then I saw her off, and then I was like,
Well, I work at 11:30 in the morning tomorrow, which is very, very early for me, but I'm like, at this point, I'm pretty used to it. And also, I still don't go to sleep until like 4 a.m., so it doesn't matter.
Well, I was not planning on staying quite as late as I did last time, but
Yeah.
But I wanted to come over before you get back.
You want to do some Marsden? James Marsden?
I think I will. I can't remember where I'm at. I started a new game.
Yeah, you freaking watched your last grandma die in the last one. Oh no, it was a woman who was too crazy to work or whatever.
Too crazy to feed herself.
Yeah. After you had like a dust storm followed by some other disaster, and you had that like weird religious run or whatever.
That's right. I remember what I did now. I'm not playing as like a super intensely hard game like I was before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing in like a harsh environment, but still with like good resources. So like the challenges turned up, but my ability to affect change is also increased.
That seems better than it just being like, well, everybody's starving and I can't repair the machines that can make them food because the closed loop.
The fact
of
that I didn't pick the correct number of things to send on the last rocket means that I am fucked, and because I can't go back in time, I'm just...
I think that's important to understand about the prospect of an expedition of this nature, but like not fun to play.
Yeah.
Like every decision has to be super functionally perfect in a real Mars scenario, but like that's not a game that you want to turn on, you know, if it was that way every time or something. This run's good because I got very early the blue bandana, so don't have to worry too much about money.
I was getting the double jump a lot lately.
Spring Hill boots?
Yep. And
I fucking hate those, man.
I was using them though. I was like, well, so I did a winning playthrough, and it was like, this was last night.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like 2 in the morning, and I was like, all right, that was good. Maybe I'll just start a paradox, and if I have complete garbage items, then I'll turn the game off. And I started with Spring Hill boots, and I was like, look at that! I'm so used to playing it. I'm just maybe I'll just do the first level. And
then you played all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime I've started a run, if I'm like trying out one of Kyle's freaking mods or something, I will play through the first 4, and even if I know I'm going to turn it off, I'll do everything as if I'm not going to turn it off, as if I'm like actually playing it through. And it's really stupid by the end.
Lately, when I decide that I need to go to stop playing the games or whatever, just go to bed. I have to, in that moment,
turn
off
the
my
thing.
computer.
Yeah.
I have to shut it down. And then I'm sitting in my living room like, oh well, I guess I will go to bed. There's nothing so boring.
Yeah. You have to force your hand.
It's like tricking myself.
Yeah. You have to force your own hand to actually get a decent night's sleep. I'm gonna get hit on this boss. I fucking feel it. I already got hit on the fucking
Oh,
board.
I got a lead god.
Oh, nice! Lead gods are good.
I got RC rockets pretty early.
Oh, damn, yeah. As much as I say and I mean that this game is more skill-based than it is RNG-based, I
mean,
you just can be handed a win sometimes.
This game reminds me of like how people talk about poker, in the sense of it being a combination of luck and skill.
Mm-hmm. I think it's. I feel like poker's more a combination of awareness and luck.
Well, I mean, they're fully different games.
Yeah. Like you just need to know cards and the likelihoods and all that stuff. Hey, little baby should skeleton shell good.
So cute.
Little good shelly schmenten. I should sell a bunch of shit. Yes, exactly. Luck doesn't exist as a thing. It's about knowing what to do with chance, knowing how to manipulate chance in your favor and to be the most prepared for bad luck situations. People who say otherwise are just people who they're like, well, I won one time when it was handed to me, so that must be the secret of the game. Thanks a lot, game designers, you fucking idiots. Like, no, getting an unfair win every once in a while is just is good for you. Like, it's giving you something. Take that gift and run with it. Don't think that the game is broken because you got something nice once. I don't know. I get kind of frustrated with that. Right, yeah, it's all about preconception, being aware of it before the issue arises. Let me just give Jackie a warning that you're over here in case she comes in and walks in the house with her tits out like she's been doing recently.
She'll see my car.
Her tits might have been out on the way, so she can't do anything about it.
Oh no! I threw my bra out the window on the highway again. Are you going to the rat fight this run?
No, fuck no.
Okay.
I've been using every cent I've had on every floor. I don't care about the rat. I also already have the rat's boots, which I'm gonna no, I'm not gonna sell because they give you a speed boost. But I have the wax wings on top of those, so I feel kind of silly. Fuck you, lockpick. I don't do the rat very often.
I'm just so garbage at the punch-out part.
Oh yeah, I don't really have a problem with the punch-out part, and I also just... Ooh! Electric water! I killed somebody in that empty, dead room. Alright, let's just go. 184 is good money. But yeah, I think a lot of people were complaining that the rat fight makes the game too samey when it first came out, and I was like, well, just then don't go to the rat fight every time. And they're like, what? But I have to, it's new and it's whatever. And I was just like, nah. If you feel like you don't need to do it, don't save all your money to do this thing that you think makes the runs the same. And I agree that it does make the game samey, but I also agree that it's 100% optional. So I don't go that often. I've done it enough times, and I feel like my strengths and weaknesses are pretty much solidified at this point. They're not going to change. I'm not going to start being good at phase 1. Maybe I will. But phase 1 is fucking rough for me.
Yeah, I got to the rat fight last night. but I didn't have any blanks to work with for
Oh,
the second,
fuck.
for the second
Oh, okay.
wave. And it was a real slog, and I came out of it. I finished the fight with 1 full heart, and then luckily, you know, he gives you a lot of health as a reward, so I was pretty, I was fine. But then I only got 1 key
From the punch out.
From punch out.
Yeah, the punch out thing too is kind of like it's such positive reinforcement. If you're good enough to do well at that the punch out fight or even the rat fight in general, then you're gonna have an extremely easy rest of the run. He's gonna give you a ton of hearts, but if you're not good at it, it's just like I don't know. It
makes the
difficult all around.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes the fight not very rewarding.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Let me address you like a package. Come on, baby, good boy, Mimic boy. Show this guy who's what and what for. Oh man, that was a terrible dodge. Why am I using this one when I have a much more aggressive? I really like machine pistol or pistol machine. The synergy that comes off of that and any other like robotics-based thing. Oops. Oh, I got rid of Mr. Accretion Jr., so I lost the super-powered version of that weapon. Oh, Stouty Bees! Ooh! I got me some Stouty Bees! Yeah, I haven't gotten into FTL. I know what it's all about. And that's what it's all about. Because I've watched Absquatch. Oh, fucking hell yeah! Compressed air tank with backup gun is just a run complete.
Oh, shit.
Oh, and I already forgot that I literally just picked up stout bullets. My favorite synergy in the game is the Dwarven Stout synergy, where if you have stout bullets and Dwarven, double vision, it turns it into triple vision. Man, how did I get it there? I have gold amulets. God, I don't pay attention sometimes. Like,
oh, and that same run, I got the AK-47 on floor 4.
That's a little late, but still, it's good as a gun. Like it's good as.
Yeah, I already had like tons of good guns at that point, so I mean it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But there are already some junk in my inventory.
Yeah. And that's
and I think I'm
wow.
gonna start throwing away chance bullets or something.
The one that looks like a dice?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that one. I like chaos bullets, the one that looks like a butterfly, because that's all positives. Chance bullets will just use a beam weapon when you don't need it to, and it fucks up everything. Like,
I was like rocking the M1 for the early game.
Oh
when I got
no!
Chance bullets, and it just like kept throwing in, making my shots garbage.
Low rate of fire weapons are the absolute worst for it. If you're using like fucking the heroin or something like that, and it shoots out a little pea shooter shot.
Also.
Yeah, after you're charging it for 25 seconds or however fucking long it takes.
Get the fuck out of here. That's what I have to say to it.
I agree. I think you should say it much louder, top of your voice style. Most of your top voice style. No.
There's some, I can't remember what it was now. I'm pretty sure it was Paul Tompkins like reviewing something.
What?
And he was like shouting and shouting about it. Paul Tompkins was.
Oh.
And they're like, "So are you saying you like this thing?" He's like, "Of course I like it. I'm shouting at the top of my voice."
Yeah. Oh shit. That was dumb. I really wanted to use my bomb for no reason. People pooping all the day. People pooping in their pants and own mouth. It's a problem. I don't
They're
like
going
it very much, but people be pooping. Ooh, woo.
Send them to jail.
Kill them all. Let God kill them all.
Do it.
Yeah, FTL and Into the Breach are probably the two most often recommendations I get.
What's the second one?
Into the Breach. It's a...
Into the breach.
Yeah, it's like a real-time, or a turn-based strategy game, but on a small scale stage. I'm probably gonna get Fire Emblem Treehouse. Treehouses. Fire Emblem Treehouses. Just because I'm a Fire Emblem groupie, junkie, hippie, flippity doodah, a dip dopper, a Dr. Zhivago, a scoop dippler. What's that? What's wrong with you?
Nothing. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Doesn't sound cool. Sounds uncool. Uncool as hell.
I don't have the good farm yet, but it might not matter right now.
Fire on with fire. We just got a synergy called Fire on with Fire. Trust me, if you get Fire on with Fire, you're gonna get it. The flare, that is. I want to save a key, so we're gonna try to lockpick this bluey. And as of course it is a failure. Get out of here. Chest with big old bugs and robots. Isn't it kaijus versus robots, basically? But they take on insectile forms. The kaijus versus robots trope is I'm not complaining about it. I think it's a very good thing.
It's a lot of fun.
It's been going on ever since Voltron.
Guess what it is?
Slot
A
of
whole lot of fun.
Slot of fun. But it's been, I think, Guillermo del Toro or whatever. Oh yeah, it's on Netflix. I heard they fucked it up, dude. They redubbed it and they've lost a lot of the subtext in it.
I did kind of feel like it was dull. It felt a little different.
Yeah, they paid to have it redubbed to be like more modernized, which is like, hey,
That's not good.
hey, don't George Lucas this
I
shit.
was just gonna say, who are you, George Lucas?
Right. Just don't do that.
Stop changing art.
I mean, to be honest, this is Netflix trying to make money off it, so like, just buy the DVDs, I guess, is the way to experience the real thing at this point. But it is weird to make that call, you know? You can still buy the original form of it. They're not changing it.
Are they making more money because they own the audio or some shit like that? Like,
No, I don't think that's it. I think it's literally just they want it to be what they view Evangelion should be now.
that is bizarre, actually. That's not even a little strange.
And they took off the Fly Me to the Moon, apparently, at the end of every song, which was a big thematic thing. And the different versions of the song was supposed to, like, have impact or relate to, you know, the changing character. I read this whole big thing about, like, why people have a problem with it on Reddit. And, like, you know, Reddit's full of people who have a problem with... If Mother Teresa was giving babies blowies, they'd have a problem. Okay. Let me give a better example.
They have a problem with that? Are you serious?
Fucking monsters. No, if you know, if the best thing for all of humanity was happening, Reddit would just rip it apart because they have a problem with everything. But oops, man, I am walking straight up into bullets. Man, that green laser scared the butt Jesus out of me. Oh, am I hurting my baby good mimic with his electricity? I totally am.
Butt Jesus.
You dead. You dead, girl. Boy, you dead, girl. I don't know what I'm waiting for with the keys, but I am never going to spend a key before I've seen the entire floor ever again. It's just best practices. And I'm tired of a triple key shop showing up after I spin a key on a fucking blue chest and got, like, you know, the Tetris gun or something. Something terrible. And then there's a guy selling all kinds of golden goodies. Golden good boys. I would love a Daruma, if you wanted to know the truth. Okay. Ooh, Gunder Fury's looking mighty fine with its fingers and its thumb in the shape of an L on its forehead. But +1 bullets first. And I think my Gunder Fury's actually in a really good spot right now, if I remember correctly. Oh, they tell you, yeah. I think a lot of this thing's whipping around Wild School style.
Welcome back to another episode of Wild School. It's your boy, Keenan Thompson.
Yes, I'm still in school. That's what I was saying before.
That's what I already said.
I know what the cool quotes are. That's what I already said. Oh yeah, there's no way to let God, so who gives a fuck? Shoot me a bunch of times, Dragon. Northern Lion ended his show, his revisitation of Gungeon. He did, I think, 150 videos the first time he played Gungeon. He did 102 this time. I say that's a good run. That's fair. He hit triple digits. He did it for like more than 3 months. I think the duration of the game and his particular job of putting up videos of every game he plays every day makes the hour-plus runtime too much for him. He needs those 30-minute chunks because he's putting up 7 videos a day or whatever and also streaming. So I know what it's like to try to get multiple videos a day up. It's not as easy as everyone thinks. Megalodon! But yeah. Oh, I think the reason I was bringing that up is because Northern Lion enunciates the gun very, very, very strongly when he's talking about the dragon. He doesn't say dragon, he says drag gun every single time, as if we don't fucking get it. I'm just saying, come on man, we understand. It's a gun-based dragon, it's a gun-based game, you don't have to call it dragon every time. Good on him, you know? For me, for some reason, he's kind of like the platonic ideal of YouTubing, because he's somebody who just like is always putting out stuff. A lot of people seem to think that it's like blanket laziness that he doesn't edit his videos, but like he's putting in more work than people that edit their 1 video a week do. He's putting in more work than Donkey is. He's putting in more work than PewDiePie is. Like, well, I don't actually know what PewDiePie's schedule's like these days. But like, it's just pure content. It's not snappy editing. He doesn't have an editing team. He doesn't, you know, it's just him, the games, a microphone for the most part. I think he started using the camera again recently. And it's podcasts. It's podcast plus gameplay. And it's not like, here's a wacky video essay in which I talk about how Sonic's 06 is better than a pile of dumb dead bricks. Like, he has some really, really good points that he makes off the cuff, on the fly, at the top tip of the hat. The drip drop at the bottom of the hat, he makes them. But it's never, he doesn't have a script in front of him, and he's not pretending to be this wackadoo character. Like, I don't know. There's some stuff that I disagree with him about, but it's a good sign that like he's someone that I can disagree with and still find engaging. I don't know. It's always nice. It's pretty hard sometimes to remember that like You don't need to share the opinion with everybody to like him. Ooh, Gundar Fury next phase is fucking dope. What level is this? Level 60. I think I capped out on the Gundar Fury. Oh, shit. Oh, wait. Does it go to 100? We'll see in a little bit. This is fucking dope. If it gets better than this, I don't know. Well, I guess I also have stout bullets. And I'm getting in every enemy's face. I don't know. I really like Donkey, but it's like... It's weird to know, like, he is 110% facading to the max, like, at all times on his videos. And he's, like, editing in commentary later, like, which, it's his show. I still think he's funny as fuck, but, like, I think what I like about Northern Line is that even if he does have a persona, the guy that, like, takes day-to-day minutia and makes a big story about it, it's still just him. Like, it doesn't feel so far from the truth. I think that's why I've stuck with Northern Line more so than anybody else on the platform. Which, I don't know. But I like to make fun of him, because he's much more successful than me. And that's reason for derision. This guy makes thousands of dollars a day playing video games, and he doesn't know how to pronounce everything in Gungeon as well as I do. Idiot. I got hit by something. Holy shit, that sucks. The one game I play all the time, he doesn't know it as well as I do. Fucking fool.
Making casual.
Casual. I make mistakes all the time in this game. It's crazy. Wow, the bullets stay slow for a long time after you get hit in this game. Or with this synergy. Why don't you give up on everything else you're doing, just ingest as much Gungeon as I do, so you can know how to pronounce a certain gun that I might be pronouncing wrong. Idiot! I actually don't know if my pronunciation is right. Sharks are too big. Oh my god, did it double up? Oh my god, there's an even greater form of the Gundar Fury. 60 is not the tops. The top's pajamas. Oh, my little leggy wag. Where are we at? 60 still? Okay, so it was already doing this much damage. So maybe 60 is the top's pajamas. The cat's knees.
The apple's core.
The abalone slammer.
That's really the taco's tater tots.
I don't like that one. I bet you could put tots in a taco and still make it good. There's something about tortillas that make things taste better.
Tortillas.
Yeah, really. I really like ethnic food like tortillas.
You know what I like about tortillas? A little bit of mozzarella.
The picrola gallo. Like, that sounds like a gross taco. Shut up! Oh man, I got hit. Well, wow. You know who I've kind of, like, pretty severely fallen out of in terms of YouTubes is the Game Theory.
Oh yeah?
Not that I think he's done anything bad, I just find his videos kind of boring at this point. And I think that's a result of having so many already good game theories that it's just like,
I think, yeah,
the barrel has been scraped. Yeah, and he's scraping the scrapings of the barrel because he did such a good job. It's hard to continue to do.
I thought he was talking about retiring for a little bit.
He's done some other projects and stuff, and I think his money is now making money for him, so he doesn't really need to. But he very recently got to #1 trending on YouTube talking about how fucking busted YouTube is. Like,
Yeah.
So I don't think he needs to talk about. Is this me talking about exotic food? Did I say exotic? I don't even remember how I described it. It's probably me redlining the microphone for a joke. Let's hear it.
I really like ethnic food like tortillas. I really like ethnic food like tortillas.
Oh, that's really funny. Man, I was fucking screaming into the microphone. I'm so sorry for anybody that had the volume up.
We're listening with headphones.
Oh, God. That was a very fun run, though.